3 hits, 9 runners left on base. By my unofficial count, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position against the Squeeze. But a fantastic outing in the circle, first by Kayla Howald and then Taylor Gilmore to shut down what is a pretty good Squeeze offense. Here's Skylar Ball, who takes it low for ball 1. Ball last night, 1 for 1, had a double. So far we've seen Ackerman really attack the lower part of his zone. Now taking on Skylar Ball, junior last year from Southern Utah, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Sister Mackenzie also on the Pioneers. So that one's fouled back. We do have 2 games going on. Only one has the commentary, but on the other field, that went over to third. Diving stop made. The throw to first is in time from Perez to get Ball. And we'll set the defense for you. Over at third making that nice play, Hannah Perez. At short, Kelsey Bennett. Second base, Maya Am. And first making that nice stretch, Jensen Howell. Behind the plate is Emma Hawthorne. Outfield and left, we've got Mackenzie Ryan. Center field, Madeline. So the Sun Devils, 4 appearances for Coach Beach in the circle. An assistant under her head coach from her playing days, Linda Wells, for a couple years. Went to Ohio State from 06 to 10. Head coach at New Mexico from 11 to 7. And that's ball 4 for Paris Woods, who will try. Lucero out of Loma, Colorado. Lakewood Ranch, but nicely done from behind the dish by Hawthorne to Bennett covering to catch Woods stealing and retire the side. Woods up a bit gimpy as we head to the bottom of the first. Pioneers run themselves out of it. Now we'll see the impact. Impact, 13 runs last night against Fast Pitch U. Very impressive offensive output. And that one clips the corner. .2020 out of Santa Fe, native of Lake Mary, Florida, sports management major. Love to see it when people want to stay in sports, and she was off to a good freshman campaign, .345 in 2020, and for her first hit of the summer season. Now ahead in the count, 3-2. We would love to hear from you if you're out there watching, listening, however you're keeping track of the game today. Tweet me at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Here's Taylor Gilmore, first pitch right to third. The throw to second will get Prom. Throw to first for the double play is not in time. Fielder's choice will retire Prom. And Gilmore now stands on first with 2 down. Still scoreless here, top of the second. Kara Saylor at the plate. Another Stetson player. This one a sophomore last year. And first pitch right to third. Setting her feet is Perez, and that'll do it for the top of the second. Pretty quick, 3 first pitch outs. And we head to the bottom half. Impact looking to get on the board here in this game. Still scoreless. Pioneers and Impact from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. we roll right along to the bottom of the second. Impact will send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate against Brooklyn Lucero in the circle. One hit so far on the day for the Impact. That came from Taryn Sweetwater back in the previous inning. But she was left stranded. Now Lucero out for a second inning of work, opening things up against Emma Hawthorne. Senior last year out of Hallsville, Texas for Northwestern State. First pitch low for ball one. Hawthorne last night against Fast Pitch U, 1 for 4, 3 RBI, had a double, scored a run. Effective night for her. That one chopped foul, 1-1. Hawthorne's had a pretty good career down in Louisiana. 167 average in 2020, 267 in 2019, her junior year with a 313 OBP and 16 RBI, 33 RBI in 2018. She's had that OBP hovering around 300 to 315 throughout her career. Lower part of his own called, 1-2. Nice drop ball by Lucero to get ahead. Again, we're glad you're with us. We'd love to hear from you. Now, there's a chat on YouTube, but I can't check that every 2 seconds, so tweet us at GRAY_Robertson. So that one misses low, 2-2. Earlier tonight, the Mayaka City River Mocs, say that 5 times fast, was able to run rule Fast Pitch U, our first run rule of the season, 11-3. 2-2 to Emma Hawthorne is low, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Emma Hawthorne against Lucero. Off foul, we'll do it again, 3-2. Beautiful evening. There were some distant storm clouds that are just kind of hanging out, but they're actually really nice looking with the sun going down here in Florida. Sun's starting to set. We'll see if these night session games go as long as they did last night. Another payoff pitch coming up to Emma Hawthorne. That one right to center. Woods will have to backtrack. It goes all the way to the wall. Hawthorne legging it out for second, and a good throw might have gotten her, but she slides in for a double to lead things off here in the second, as Woods took a step in and then realized, uh-oh, this is going over my head. Didn't get back in enough time. And Emma Hawthorne stands on second with the leadoff double. Jensen Howell will step in against Lucero, who now faces a bit of pressure here in the circle. First pitch to Howell, popped up, headed foul. That'll get over in the bullpen, 0-1. To Howell, junior last year out of Pollock, Louisiana, just like the player before her, member of Northwestern State. 2 for 4 last night against Fast Pitch U with an RBI and a double, also scored a run. Also pitched a bit. That one comes in for a called strike. Howell, a transfer out of LSU Eunice. And before she went to Northwestern State, 22-3 record in the circle with a 1.19 ERA. That went in the dirt. Too far off the bag. Going to be a rundown and a high throw from behind the dish by Peterson. Gave Hawthorne her chance to get to third, and she moves on. So Hawthorne now stands on third. 1-2 pitch to Jensen Howell with an RBI chance. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. That one foul back. Howell in 2020. 318 batting average, 7 hits, 2 homers, 4 RBI for Northwestern State. Trying to put the impact on the board. Big time scoring night for this team yesterday against Fast Pitch U. That one's up. And foul. They trailed 9-3, headed to the bottom of the third, and then the floodgates opened up, aided by 8 runs in the bottom of the fourth. The Impact held on for a 13-10 win to open the season 1-0. Swing and a miss, got her on the rise, and the throw back to third gets away. Hawthorne will come in to score as Peterson trying to get it out to Doyle. And on a defensive miscue, something we saw a lot in the first game, the Impact take a 1-0 lead. Called an E2 right there on Peterson. In steps Ackerman, the pitcher. First pitch comes in for a strike. Ackerman, as we've talked about, out of Chattanooga State. 1 for 4 at the plate last night with 3 runs scored. That one to second. Easy flip to first for Grace Prom. And quickly 2 away. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Impact over the Pioneers. A double, what I believe will be called a stolen base, and then an error, allowing Emma Hawthorne to come around to score. Here's Maya Am out of Florida Atlantic. In the dirt, 1-0. Am, a sophomore last year out of Orlando, Florida. Member of the FAU Owls. .048 average in 2020. Trying to use this summer to improve her batting acumen a bit as that one misses high. 2-0. Did a nice job last night. 1 for 3. Walked, struck out, scored twice. Big swing and a miss on the 2-0. 2-1. I do like that aggressiveness, though. I mentioned it in the last game. We've just seen too many times these batters have taken that 3-1 pitch, taken that 2-0 pitch. That's the one you know is going to be a strike. Got to attack. Try and find something to drive. See what she does on the 2-1 from Lucero. That one will go to second. Prom's got it. Go to first in time for out number 3. However, a couple defensive issues for the Pioneers after a big hit by Emma Hawthorne allows the Impact to take a 1-0 lead through 2. Pioneers will try and respond when we come back. Through 2, this game, well, I'm not going to say it because that's the kiss of death when you're calling a game. Either way, we head to the top of the third. And we said we'll shout you out if you tweet in Liz. I believe Liz Richter, if the handle implies the rest of her name, listening from somewhere out there. We're in the top of the third. It's 8, 9, 10. Remember, folks, FGCL, you've got 10 spots in the batting order. And Megan Piero out of USF, the EH, as it's called on the lineup, which might be my new favorite thing. She stands in against first pitch a bit high. For ball one, Piero 0 for 1 last night against the squeeze, had that walk. Pioneers really struggled to hit the softball, just the 3 last night. 2 runs, though. Those both came from Mackenzie Ball's bat. It was a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. We're in the 3rd now. Elsewhere in the FGCL, no score, slice, and squeeze. Top of the 3rd, nobody out. (3-1) upstairs, and Piero is aboard with the leadoff walk. She'll trot to first and try and have her teammates bring her around. Neely Peterson will step in. Peterson, freshman last year out of Colorado State. Wesley Chapel, Florida, her hometown. 160 hitter for the Rams last year. Low part of his own, called 0-1. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter last night. Popped up on the left side. And Perez has it. She makes the catch. Just in foul territory. For out number 1. 1-0 impact. We're in the top of the 3rd. Here at beautiful Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Lakewood Ranch Sports Complex. 10-spot hitter coming up. That's Olivia Doyle for the Pioneers. 0 for 1 last night with a strikeout against the squeeze. And that'll do it. It's right down the right field line. Piero will leg it out to 3rd. She'll stop there. Runners on the corners. Doyle, first pitch swinging out to right field, and the Pioneers have some offense going here in the 3rd. Trailing 1-0, but only 1 down and 2 on for the top of the order. Doyle attacking that pitch a little lower in the zone, pushing it right down the right field line. Good swing on it, and now a chance for Cameo Prasuti up at the top. Strike to the slapper. She struck out back in the 1st. Came up a couple times, to say the least, with runners in scoring position, but couldn't quite get it done for the Pioneers last night. Part of a 1 for 10 evening, hitting RISP for the Pioneers. That one to short. Looking back at the runner, and the throw to first is in time for out number 2. Doyle heads to 2nd, so 2 in scoring position now for Skylar Ball. Ball 0 for 1 today, grounded out back in the 1st. Takes first pitch strike. The runner on 2nd is Olivia Doyle. Runner on 3rd is Megan Piero. 1-0 impact, 2 down, top of the 3rd. Ball takes it right back to Ackerman. Throw to first and plenty of time for out number 3. And unfortunately for the Pioneers, channel as last night, 2 left in scoring position as the side is retired. 1-0 impact. They'll have a chance to add to their lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida. we head to the bottom of the third inning. Impact leading at 1-0 over the Pioneers. Pioneers already through 3, have left 3 on base. 2 of them in scoring position in the previous half inning, and now the Impact will try and add to their 1-0 lead. Got some help from the Pioneers defense in the second to get that 1 run, and now we'll see 9, 10, and 1 due up, starting with Hannah Perez. Hannah Perez has made some nice plays over at third today. Facing Brooklyn Lucero in the circle. He's pitched pretty well so far. Just giving up a couple of hits. That run will be unearned. Now trying to make quick work of the Impact offense. Hannah Perez steps in. Sophomore last year from Warner College. That went in for a strike. Perez out of Riverview, Florida. Did not appear last night against Fast Pitch U. Or at least didn't get in at bat. Now down 0-2. Ashton Hines, the head coach for the Impact, over in the third base coaching box. Former Bethune-Cookman player, said her favorite atmosphere to play in back when she was in college was in Gainesville at the Swamp. That went right to first off the foot of Gilmore. And that was a major mistake by Saylor at third. Throw to second to try and get her. Well covered by Lucero, but just mistakes on mistakes. That should be 2 errors on the play. Say Perez reached on the E3 and then advanced to second on the E6 as Saylor came in and threw it to the fence. No one was over there. And now Perez is in scoring position to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Some really beautiful clowns here gathering in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Weather has been spectacular these first 2 days. It was quite hot early on, but things have cooled down quite a bit now as we get closer and closer to 9 o'clock hour Eastern time. Perfect bunt laid down by Mackenzie Ryan. The throw to first in plenty of time. Well done from behind the dish in Peterson, but the sacrifice will move the runner to third. 1 down, bottom of the third, but another runner 60 feet away for Brooklyn Lucero in the circle to have to deal with. And back to the top of the order we go. Madeline Bayerano out of UCF. Freshman last year for the Knights out of Cottonwood, Arizona. Misses high. Again, Lucero pitching well, but fortunately a couple defensive miscues here and there have really hurt the Pioneers early. Hit hard but foul, 1-1. Bayerano 2 for 4 last night against Fast Pitch U with 4 ribbies, a homer, a double, a walk, and a run scored. Here's the 1-1. Bayerano shows bunt. Stays, no, it rolls foul. Pretty well done, but it just crossed the chalk line at the last second. On third. As that find its way to the wall, Matthews with her speed is going to score with ease. She rounds third, heads home, maybe not with ease. Collision at the plate, and she's set all obstruction as Matthews is down after a big collision. Peterson was blocking the pathway to the plate. Obstruction was the correct call. Freshwater did stop at second, and Matthews holding her left leg. It looks like the shin area. And they'll call for a trainer. Trainer. 3-0 impact, but obviously that's not what's important right now as the trainer comes in. Her left, and because of that she was right in the path of Matthews, and now we see the trainer with some eyes. Really unfortunate scene here of the trainer. Got multiple healthcare folks available. They've been checking temperatures to deal with the virus, but because of that you've also got people with medical backgrounds here who can help with those kinds of injuries. One of those young men over there checking out Leanne Matthews right now after the collision at home plate. You really hate to see things happen. Bit for the softball fans out there. As I've mentioned, I'm one of the radio guys for Alabama softball, and last year in Super Regionals, Texas came to Tuscaloosa. Game 2, Miranda Elish got hit in the face on a throw from her catcher, was out for the rest of the series, and afterwards it was really hard for everybody, fans, players. No one really knew what to do. Bennett pops it up. Gilmore makes the catch over at first in foul ground for out number 3, and the side is retired, but 2 runs for the Impact. Leanne Matthews still over there in the Impact dugout from what we can see. Again, we'll try and get an update to you when we can. Either way, we're through 3, head to the top of the 4th. Pioneers will try and answer as the wind builds here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Pretty big flash of lightning over down the right field side. Apparently not too close, and for a lightning delay. Now we hear some thunder. And it's 30 minutes right after the last lightning strike. So the clock would be on right now, and then would reset immediately at the next strike. Either way, play has also been suspended on the other field. And we'll see if we can hopefully get it resumed a little bit later on this evening. We are, however, in a weather delay, 3-0 Impact, top of the 4th. And the closest strike a little over 5 miles away, so we're going to be in that delay for a decent amount of time. We'll keep you updated as things progress. Hopefully this, whatever it is, we'll get out of here pretty quick, but until then we will step aside. Weather delay here, Impact and Pioneers hanging out in the dugout, Squeeze and Slice doing the same. We'll step aside as lightning strikes here at Lakewood Ranch, Florida.
about Coach Beach?
Yeah, yours is a thing.
Just something subtle. He won't notice. He won't notice.
Two trips to the World Series?
Yeah.
In 99 and 02? Or, wait, what does it say for... Oh, you played during those?
Yeah, I played.
Congrats.
Yeah, I hit.
13
pitched all the-
hits.
I pitched all the games.
13 hits, 15 Ks. You are? Congratulations.
I actually could play softball. I know what's the sitting now.
Oh, you're fifth?
I'm really
you're
good
fifth?
at sitting on a bucket nowadays.
You're fifth in Arizona State?
Not that
In wins. No, in wins.
I was number 1 when I left. That was it.
That's impressive, man. Perfect game for Chicago.
He like dug deep. He's bringing up perfect. Good Lord. Why do I have this much? This much space. It's not about.
Where's Nolan's section?
Yeah, where's Nolan? He is thorough. But this is like, that's why he works with SEC. Yes, all the stats.
He's good at it.
Every at bat with more than 2 balls and and she was the weather was partly cloudy.
That's awesome. Well, these are probably the
She
ones.
eats right-handed but throws left-handed.
He keeps these for the.
Yeah.
For the,
It was so cute. We took a selfie a couple days ago when we did an interview, and I sent it to her. And like they are obsessed with him. They love him. And I was like, he's like, yes, my favorite. It was cute. I feel like he didn't believe I knew that. I do. I think he was like testing me. He was like, he's like, oh yeah, let's take a selfie and text him. Okay. I go, look, he texts back, and he's like, oh. He's gonna come up and be like, what are you guys doing things? I'm over here.
Good at hitting fly balls, I think. The ground ball.
Fungo fly balls are not.
At JUCO, okay, this is how
you get the hang of it though.
This is how JUCO this is. They would have like all that.
Sometimes we would have pennies and outies and I donate sometimes because hitting fungo, learning how to self-taught fungo was actually a hitting girl. Yeah, we did crossfire. We would have literally 2 outies on each side of
like really like not want to walk through until it's that pitch, or is she gonna not be warming up? That's not good.
However, who was I saying that as I do?
I'm like a great actress for like. Oh no.
My dad texted me, goes, "Are you in lightning delay? Wave at us from the circle."
Well, the lightning has dissipated. It's outside about 12 miles, so we should be getting ready to go. Welcome back to night 2 of the inaugural season for the FGCL. Earlier today, you saw the River Mocs knock off Fast Pitch U 11-3 in 5 innings, our first run rule this season, and now we've got a couple games that have been suspended due to weather, but they should be coming back any minute. Now we're just waiting on the umpires to get back from wherever they are, and they'll be joining us in just a moment to reset things over on our field. The Impact currently leading the Pioneers.
Where are the dams at?
We're in the top of the 4th. It was a 1-1 count on Paris Woods, who was leading off the frame. Impact leading 3-0. Meanwhile, on the other field, Slice and Squeeze tied up at 1, bottom of the 4th, 2 on, 2 outs. With the Slice at the plate, facing Jenna Green, the pitcher for the Squeeze. And speaking of pitchers, we did have some news come out. It's official. I was told by Executive Tournament Director earlier this afternoon, and just confirmed it with the Slice coaching staff, the Coach Kiefer and Gina. Shannon Sale from Oklahoma will be joining the Bradenton Slice. She'll pitch tomorrow, so we'll get to see her. And I'm not sure what the schedule is, but that's where I'm going to be for sure calling that game. Sale really kind of thrust into the ace position out in Norman this year because of the injury to G. Juarez. She suffered an injury, I guess, in the offseason. That part was a little bit murky, as softball injuries tend to be, but she only threw 6 innings this year, which Ackerman in the circle trying to keep him scoreless. 0-2, fouled back. Lucero really going first pitch swinging, so if I'm Ackerman, I'm thinking try and hit it somewhere low in the zone. Just a chase pitch. 0-2, that one hammered out to left. Drifting back. All the way to the wall. Just fell shy of a home run. Woods will stop at third. Lucero's at second. And a double right after the single to lead things off. Puts 2 in scoring position. And the Pioneers have something really going straight out of a lightning delay. If you're Ackerman, you just can't leave that 0-2 right there in the zone. She threw a lot of pitches, but all of them were just a little bit too sweet. And Lucero that time just got a hold of one and hammered it. There's Grace Prom. Nothing doing today. She just walked in the second, so no official plate appearances, or at-bats, I should say. But 2 in scoring position. 1-0 comes in for a strike. 1-1. We hit on it a bit earlier. Last night, the Pioneers 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Oh for 1 tonight. I should say 0 for 2 tonight. As that one misses outside, 2-1. Straight back, just missed it, 2-2. 2-2, upstairs, got her to chase it. Ackerman, big strikeout, 1 down. Huge pitch, got her on the chase rise. 1 away, runner still on second and third for the Pioneers. Top of the 4th, here's Taylor Gilmore. First pitch, misses low for ball 1. So, folks, if you're back with us, tweet us at Gray_Robertson or at OutOfTheBox_pod, again at GRAY_Robertson. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you're eating for dinner. I'm pretty hungry. And this is inside 2-0. And give us your reaction to the news that Oklahoma's Shannon Sale, as reported earlier today, is joining the Bradenton Slice. She'll pitch tomorrow in her FGCL debut. 2-0, lets it go, 3-0. Should be all take here if you're Gilmore. Ackerman struggling to find the zone right now. Instead had the green light, 3-1. Gilmore looking for that base hit. Trying to put the Pioneers on the board. The 3-1. At the knees, called strike. Count goes full. Gilmore didn't love the call. One out. Runners on second and third. It's 3-0 Impact. We're in the top of the fourth. Payoff to Gilmore. Low. Bases loaded. Ackerman missed on the drop, a bit too low in the zone, and the bases are juiced for Kara Saylor. Saylor, 0 for 1 tonight, 0 for 3 so far this season. First pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. Real pressure here for Megan Ackerman. Trying to get out of it for the Impact. This is outside 1-1. Kara Saylor, sophomore last year from Stetson. Out of Bradenton, Florida. Manatee High School represented here. 138 for the Hatters in 2020. Too far inside, 2-1. You can feel the drama really building right out of the lightning delay. Lots of excitement happening over here on the field. 3-0 Impact. 1 out, bases loaded. Too far inside, 3-1. Nowhere to put her. Saylor stands in, the 3-1. Big swing and a miss. Full count. Got a bit fooled on the change of pace there. Chance again. The payoff from Ackerman. That went over to third. Ate her up a bit. Tough play, nothing you can do, and the Pioneers have a run. That'll be an E5, allowing Saylor to reach, and Woods comes in to score. Everyone moves up a base. It's 3-1 Impact here, top of the fourth, and still only 1 out. Got on Perez before she knew it and crawled up her, and then rolled away. Bennett tried to get there, but just not enough time to make any play, and the bases are still loaded for Megan Piero. First pitch, low for ball 1. And that'll lead to an infield visit for the Impact. Erica Beach will come and talk with Megan Piero as well. 3-1 Impact, top of the fourth, 1 out, bases loaded. Brooklyn Lucero, the pitcher, over at third. Taylor Gilmore at second. Kara Saylor at first. Big story of a day. Perhaps it's because, these players are still learning each other, trying to figure out that chemistry. Perhaps it's because we're on a completely new field, but a lot of errors. We saw 6 combined in the game earlier between the River Mocs and Fast Pitch U, and an error right there by the impact, directly leading to a run coming across. 1-0 to Piero. Misses 2-0. Piero walked back into third, stranded at third base. And time is called. Here comes Ashton Hines for the impact. Chat with her young pitcher, Megan Ackerman. Freshman last year, Chattanooga State. First time she has appeared in the circle in the FGCL. Had pitched well, but Erica Beach chatting with Pierre and also the on-deck batter, Neely Peterson. Base hit will perhaps tie this game. Gilmore's got okay speed out there at second.
I never put handcuffs on you guys. Like, on mine either. Like, I don't say you can't swing on a 3-0 if you want.
3-1 impact, top of the fourth, 1 out. Wind is pretty much still. What wind there is blowing a little right to left. 3-0 to Piero. And there's a rundown. And now this could turn into the end of the inning. Lucero will be caught in a double play as the base running miscues come together. Gilmore took off from second, and Lucero waited way too long to try and go home, and that'll do it. The bases are left, I guess, with only 1 on. But the bases are loaded with 1 out, and Pioneers only got 1 run out of it. Disappointing for Coach Erica Beach. That'll be a teaching moment for her players as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 impact. Real scoring chance missed by the Pioneers. Now the impact will try and respond and get it back when we come back here. Post-lightning delay. It's a little late at night. We're glad you're with us. We've got more softball coming up. Well, an unfortunate end to the top half of this inning as we head to the bottom of the fourth. The Pioneers had the bases loaded with 1 out, but Taylor Gilmore got a bit too far off second. So starting off with Emma Hawthorne here in this bottom of the fourth inning. She doubled, came around to score after an error, a stolen base, and an error back in that second. Too far inside. 1-0. Madison McPherson. Back over here, Jensen Howell steps in. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a K. And that might go all the way to the wall. It's off it. Woods gave it her best effort, and it's just a really, really, really long single as Howell hangs out over at first. 1 out base runner for the impact. That one absolutely crushed. Pitch just a little bit too sweet. I thought it was gone off the bat, but just died up in the Florida air. Woods try to get it out in the second. The 1-0. High and outside, 2-0. Ooh, clips the lower part of his zone, 2-1. Brooklyn Lucero, as we've talked about, incoming freshman, going to play at NC State next year. Got a program that has been on the rise the last couple seasons. Saw them compete in the pre-SPC Elite Invitational. They were Matthews. No update on her status quite yet. So that one comes in for a strike to Am, who's 0 for 1 tonight. And we will let you know once we know the status of Leanne Matthews after that collision at home plate in the third inning. Over to short. Looked at second, throw to first in plenty of time. Nicely done by Saylor for out number 3. So a single by Howell that looked like it was going to be gone ends up not really hurting the Pioneers. And another runner is left stranded in this game. 3-1 impact. We are through 4, headed to the 5th. Pioneers have started to get some hits, but can they get the runs? We'll find out when we come back. Top of the 5th, 3-1 impact over the Pioneers. Pioneers have out to right. It's stuck up in the night sky. It's way back. It's gone. Megan Piero with the solo bomb. To left in the circle for the impact. Ashton Hines, the head coach for the Impact, will make a change. And as we get our ducks in a row here lineup-wise, the new pitcher will be Caitlin King, freshman last year from Elon, out of Parkland, Florida. You might know her sister. Her name is Megan King. Played at Florida State, won a national championship in 2018, actually, with one of our coaches here in the FGCL, Carson Gordon, over with the Squeeze, a teammate of Megan King. Strong lineage of pitching in the circle here for the impact, and we saw Caitlin King last night, or at least you folks did on the stream of the Impact Fast Pitch U game, and King went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Only one of those was earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. She comes in with her team holding a 3-2 lead over the Pioneers. The bat's starting to wake up finally. And we'll see if Caitlin King can keep the opposition where they are. Base is clear, nobody out top of the 5th. It's 3-2 Impact. Try and give you the final line in a moment for the starter Ackerman. Here's Caitlin King, righty, out of Elon. First pitch low for ball 1 to Neely Peterson. Popped out back in the 2nd. King in 2020 got 42 1/3 innings of work for Elon, 6.28 ERA, 4-5 record. Peterson hammers it out to center. Don't think that one's going to have the depth, and making the catch is Bejarano for out number 1. Well hit, but hung up in the air a bit too long. 1 gone. In steps Olivia Doyle. She's singled back in the 3rd. First pitch to Doyle, off speed, up in the zone, and got her to chase. 0-1. Elon, another one of those teams in the Southern Conference, been on the rise the last couple of years, beat Georgia in Athens in 2019. King now part of that pitching Hawthorne. Native of Las Vegas, and this is a good move by Coach Beach because Ball was a hero last night. 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies, a 2 RBI double that ended up being the difference between the Pioneers and the Squeeze. First pitch in for a strike. Big gap between right and center field. 0-1. That one hit up in the air, drifting foul, and unable to make the catch. Out there is Ryan. Nice sliding attempt. 0-2.
I hate that. That's some gas. You know she is. She's the first, like. Hey, keep working, Ted. Hey, deep down, Ted. The worst thing is when you're in a film, like, you start off, like, right here, baby. You're like, be a big, babe. Be a big. Nice job. You're doing it really well, Ted. Hey, let's go, Ted. Keep working it. Hey, Ted.
Ball will step back in. Caitlin King in the circle. 2 down. And that one will get through out to right field. Pursuti will round second and head for third. She will get there safely, and the ball gets away, and Pursuti thought about going home, but nicely backed up by Ryan out in the left. Ball took second on the throw. Pursuti stands at third, and for what feels like the 11,000th time in the last 2 days, the Pioneers have runners in scoring position and a chance to really do some damage with Paris Woods at the plate. It's 3-2 Impact. Mackenzie Ball stands at second. Cameo Pursuti stands at third. 2 down, top of the 5th. Here's Paris Woods. And that one hammered out to left, but that one's drifting, and it will fall foul. Good chance for Paris Woods, who is 1 for 1, singled and scored in the 4th, walked, and was caught stealing in the 1st. Head coach Erica Beach calling timeout for a pinch runner to check in. And check that. Skylar Ball will just come back in and replace Mackenzie Ball out at second base. So Ball now running. Pursuti standing at third. It's an 0-1 count to Paris Woods. 2 outs. Pioneers down 1. Trying to get that big hit that's been missing since the league really started. They got the one last night, but just not consistent with their chances. And now time is called as Hawthorne goes to chat with King. While we do that, quick update from the other field. The 7-2 now over the slice, top of the 6th. 0-1 to Paris Woods. Ooh, off speed. Got her. 0-2. King mixing with the change right there. Up. We'll give her a base hit as Paris Woods drives in the game-tying run. Right up the chute. Am tried to get there in time. Made a nice diving stop just to even keep it in the infield. But easily coming in to score is Pursuti. Skylar Ball stands at third, and we are tied up in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. All this production coming with 2 away. Or most of it, I should say, since King came in. First pitch for Brooklyn Lucero is low for a ball. In fact, we'll just tell you what's been happening in this entire very exciting 5th inning. It opened up with a Megan Piero solo home run to right. The Impact made a change, brought in Caitlin King, who got 2 quick outs, and then a rally began. Then some 2-out production to tie this game up at 3. Impact looking to answer. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 3-all Pioneers and Impact. Here on an action-packed day 2 of the FGCL.
Maybe I should. She got a little bit of extra step there. I appreciate the honesty. You know, most I'd be like, no.
Welcome back. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Impact and Pioneers now tied up at 3 apiece. We'll give you the line on Megan Ackerman, who left walks and 2 strikeouts. As we go to the bottom of the 5th with Hannah Perez leading off. Perez in the 9 spot. Mackenzie Ryan right behind her, and then back to the top of the order against Brooklyn Lucero, who again has pitched really well, but multiple errors on the Pioneers. 3 so far tonight have really hurt her cause. Now she takes on Perez, who reached on an error and then got the second on an error back in the 3rd. First pitch fouled off, 0-1. Impact so far tonight, 6 hits. 3 runs have come off those hits. Only 2 of those runs have been earned off of Lucero. Little low to Perez, 1-1. A reminder that Saturday is just chock full of action here in the FGC. I will give you the schedule in just a moment. 10 a.m. River Mocs and the Impact. Then at noon, Slice versus Lynx. So we'll see Shannon Sale most likely in the circle against the Lynx. And fast pitch you. And then at 2 o'clock, Impact and Squeeze slicing Pioneers. 2-2 pitch to Hannah Perez. Fouled off. Hannah Perez steps in. Sarah toes the rubber. 2-2, fouled off. Another battle. We've seen many on this field. See Impactor trying to get an answer. It was 3-0. We went to the lightning delay. Headed to the top of the fourth. And then the Pioneers got a run. As everyone confirms the count, which is in fact 2-2. Don't do a lot of things well, but I can count and write things on my notebook. See, off speed, comes in and gets her looking. Beautiful change up from Lucero. Best change we've seen from Brooklyn Lucero, and head coach Erica Beach is running up and down the dugout celebrating. One away here in the fifth. In college, you can really mix speeds and then have a change like that with movement. Look out. Bottom of the order, Mackenzie Ryan in the 10 spot takes ball one. It's a bit low, 2-0. Again, so glad that you're with us. If you're staying up to the 10:15 hour on the East Coast, let us know. Tweet us at Gray, GRAY_Robertson, or at OutOfTheBox_pod, or use the hashtag FGCL Softball. Not sure if that's the official hashtag, but it is now. Let us know where you're watching, what you're doing this fine evening. So that one is ripped out to the right center gap. Ryan sends it all the way to the wall. She'll head for second. This could be a tight play, but she slides in safely after a nice relay from Ball out and right. And with one down, Ryan has an extra base hit. Put a runner in scoring position for the Impact here in the bottom of the fifth. And back to the top of the order with Madeline Bejarano. Bejarano crushed a double back in the third. It was very close to being gone. Just fell a couple feet shy of the 200 all the way around here. She stands in now against Lucero. First pitch. Clips the outside edge for strike one. Well, folks, egg on my face. I didn't even notice that there was a pitching change. Sophie Hannibus is in. She and Brooklyn Lucero apparently could be twins. My bad. Either way, Hannibus delivered that changeup that was so beautiful. And that's even more of a story, folks, because that's a pitch that head coach Erica Beach has been working on since Hannibus arrived in town. Said that at media days, Hannibus has a lot of tools. We'll give you the scouting report in just a moment, but the one that she really wanted to develop was that change. There's a change, but it's up in the zone and knocked out to center field, holding at third. And now got another error. Again, a sliding home is Ryan. Peterson threw it to second, and it got away from Prom, who was covering, and coming in to score is Ryan. Scoring on the E2. after Bejarano's base hit.
Good job, baby. Here we go, kid. No one better, babe.
No RBI for Bejarano. That'll be an unearned run. And now we'll see a new hitter taking the DP role for Leanne Matthews. And that one is slapped foul. Madeline Lindsay taking over, hitting for Matthews in the 2-hole. After Matthews went down in the 3rd inning. Slapped foul. 0-2. So my apologies to Brooklyn Lucero and to Sophie Hannibus for a beautiful strikeout to begin this inning. Hannibus, sophomore last year of Southeastern Louisiana, Mansfield, Texas, 3.92 ERA in 2020. Loves that drop ball. Change, has really good movement, as you've seen. That's a pitch, like we talked about, Coach Erica Beach really trying to develop while Hannibus is here. Very solid curve, good pace. She's experienced. 78 1/3 as a freshman for Southeastern Louisiana. 2-1 record in 2020. So we'll get you to Lucero's line. That one just missed. To Lindsay, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got her. Hannibus just blew that one by her. And there's 2 gone. The second, nicely done by Prom. Fire to first in time for out number 3. But the defensive miscues continue as the Impact take advantage and take the lead right back. It's 4-3. We're through 5. The Pioneers have really come on since the Lightning delay. But can they fight back and tie it up once again? We'll see as they take on Caitlin King, getting her 2nd inning of relief when we come back.
That's very dainty. We got caught. Everyone went up and up to 2. No, she's like, yes.
The 6th inning, give you a line for Brooklyn Lucero. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them were earned, no walks and 1 strikeout. Now we go to the 6th, and it's 5, 6, 7, starting off with Grace Prom. Going up against Caitlin King, her 2nd inning of relief for the Impact. Pitcher out of Elon, sister of a legendary Megan King. First pitch low to Prom, who was 0 for 1, struck out in the 4th, walked back in the 2nd, much earlier in the evening. Grace Prom waiting on King, who a couple times tonight has needed an extra second to get the ball in. One time was something with the mask. That one hit out to right. That'll get through. And Grace Prom leads it off with a base hit, and there we go. That's why all night I've had probably a little attitude when I made the comment about a player taking the 2-0 pitch or a 3-1 pitch. That time Prom aggressive, pulling it out into right field. And that's what you want to see from your hitter right in the middle of a lineup, or just any hitter in general. And now Prom is aboard with a leadoff single And Taylor Gilmore will step in, try and keep it going. First pitch is low. Gilmore, 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, walked, and then was caught in the craziness in the fourth. Ooh, change. Buckled the knees, 1-1. Too low, 2-1. Taylor Gilmore, a player from Broomfield, Colorado, redshirt sophomore. Head of the shortstop, Bennett. And stopping at second is Prom. That's a single. Just into the shallow part of the outfield from Gilmore, and there are 2 on with nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th. The Impact lead at 4-3, but hey, the offense has really woken up on both sides since the lightning delay. Now Kara Saylor will step in. First pitch low to Saylor. 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the 4th. That error helped drive in a run. Popped up. Over to first, and making the catch is Howell for out number 1. Megan Piero stepping in. She had been 0 for the season so far until the 5th inning when she launched a bomb out to right field. 1 for 1 tonight. First pitch low for ball 1. Piero, a sophomore last year for South Florida. Lutz, Florida, her hometown. Big swing and a miss there. 231 in 2020. 311 OBP, 5 for 6. That'll get all the way to the fence. Hits off the top. That'll score 1 and maybe 2. Piero stops at second, and stopping at third is Gilmore. As Prom comes in, that's another big-time hit for Piero, and we're tied up at 4 here in the top of the 6th as Megan Piero's RBI double puts 2 in scoring position, and boy, oh boy, the fun is really starting now. When the lightning delay came, it was 3-0 Impact and only 1 hit at the time for the Pioneers, but since then, the offense has come alive, and now we're tied up at 4 here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Peterson will step in. First pitch out to left. Gilmore will tag up. Play at the plate is cut off, and the Pioneers have the lead. Sack fly brings in Gilmore, and it's 5-4 Pioneers here in the top of the 6th. Piero stayed back at second. And now Olivia Doyle will step in. 10-hole hitter. Trying to drive in Piero, add another run here in this 6th inning. 2 outs. Big swing and a miss. Doyle 1 for 2. Single and a strikeout.
Hey, right here, Liv. Hey, you got it, Liv. Here we go, big. Here we go. Keep your helmet ready.
0-1. Up top, 1-1.
Hey, you got it. Hey, that a girl. Hey, drag it deep, okay? Keep your head still. See it deep.
Since the lightning delay, all 5 runs for the Pioneers and 8 hits off of Impact pitching after going scoreless and only getting 1 prior to the break. That one fouled off.
Hey, right here, Liv. You got it, big. Here we go. Hey, right here, huh? Hey, you got it, big. Right now. Let's do this now.
at second, 2 down. We're in the top of the 6th. Still, here's Doyle. Low, 2-2. Update from our friends over at the other field. 7-3 squeeze, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. So that game about to wrap up. Might have a couple more spectators hang out here. Not too bad a show. 2-2 to Doyle, hammered to center. Settling under it and making the catch is Bayerano for out number 3. However, the drama continues. 5-4 Pioneers. Impact will look to strike back as these two prize fighters trading blows keep on going. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Pioneers up 5-4. To the bottom of the 6th, and as I check to make sure, yes, Sophie Hannibus is still pitching for the Pioneers up against the Impact. 4-5-6, 2 up. It's 5-4. Pioneers against the Impact. It was 3-0 Impact. We went to lightning delay. We were waiting a while. Because it's Florida, the cell was just kind of sitting there. But the lightning dissipated, and we came back, and immediately the Pioneers offense just absolutely awoke. Prior to the break, no runs on 1 hit. Since then, 5 runs on 8 hits off Impact pitching. Impact, though, got a run in the 5th inning. Now we're in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if they can tie this game up. First pitch in to Kelsey Bennett is a strike. Bennett, tough night for her, 0 for 2. Bennett, a sophomore from Buford, Florida, out of Virginia Tech. One of the many Hokies here in this event. By the way, it's final officially over at the other field. 7-3 squeeze over the slice. Squeeze now 1-1 this year. So that one fired to first. Nice snag by Gilmore. She steps on the bag for out number 1. Gilmore flashing the leather over there, backhanding it and scurrying to first in plenty of time to get Bennett, whose tough night continues. 1 down. Emma Hawthorne, 1 for 2. First pitch in for a strike. Hawthorne doubled, and a lot happened. Couple errors, stolen base. She came around to score, bottom line. That was back in the 2nd. Long fly out in the 4th. That one out to right. That'll drop in the perfect sweet spot right in front of ball, and that's a base hit for Hawthorne just off the hands with 1 down here in the 6th. 5-4 Pioneers, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Jensen Howell will step in. She's had a good night, 1 for 2. Had one of the longest singles I've ever seen in a previous at-bat. It was a ball up in the zone that she crushed, hit about a foot shy, going over the fence, right up at the top and fell down. And Woods rifled it in to keep Howell at first. Now Howell's up 2-0. As we've talked about, got to be aggressive when you're up in the count. See if she goes after Hannibus here. 2-0. Just misses. Tight call there. 3-0 now. One down, runner at first. It's 5-4 Pioneers. Bottom of the 6th. 3-0. Popped up. And caught by Hannibus for out number 2. A 3-0 pitch. But Howell offered that, and Hannibus said, thank you very much, 2 away. Ackerman will re-enter for King so that she can come back in and bat. Not too surprising, Ackerman showed some strength at the plate last night. 0 for 2 this evening. See what that means when Pioneers come back to the plate in the 7th. Beautiful change right down the middle for strike 1. Ackerman ground out in the 2nd, fielder's choice in the 4th. 2 down, runner at first. Got her in the lower part of his zone, 0-2. Chase pitch outside. Ackerman holds off, 1-2. Hannibus came in the previous inning. That one is way up in the air, and it will roll foul. Nicely done by Peterson behind the dish. Not to get too eager and grab the ball in fair territory. Looks like something Natasha Watley would cook up right there. Instead, still a 1-2 count to Ackerman. Rolls all the way into Peterson, taking off is the runner, and the throw from Peterson. One hops in to Saylor, who is coming to cover Hawthorne. With a good throw, is probably going to be out, but is able to get in safely. So now a runner in scoring position, 2-2 to Ackerman. One pitch and the moment really changes. Fouled straight back, 2-2. Hannibus asks for the count. 2-2. Ackerman waits for it, swings and misses. Got under the rise, and the side is retired. Hannibus has come in and collected 3 strikeouts and kept the impact where they are. We head to the 7th. 5-4 Pioneers. Try and add a little bit of insurance in the final inning of this one before we wrap up day 2 from the FGCL. To the top of the 7th, it's 5-4. Pioneers leading the impact, and as we suspected, with Ackerman coming in the previous inning, to replace King so that Ackerman could bat. We'll see a change in the circle for the Impact here in the top of the 7th. And your new pitcher for the designated home team, number 2, Logan Robinson, sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia, out of Carleton College. I probably need to talk to Logan Robinson. She's from Alexandria. I went up to high school in that area, and our rival high school was in Alexandria, so maybe we'll have a little conversation after the game. Either way, she comes in out of Carleton College, as we mentioned. Really strong start to 2020. 1.27 ERA, 1-1 record. It was in 11 innings of work. Not a lot of softball played by Carleton this year. 2019, trying to figure things out. Had a 6.70 ERA, and now she'll come in, try and keep the Pioneers at the 5 runs they've got now.
Minor malfunction. We're all good now.
First time Robinson has appeared as well here in the FGCL. Did not pitch last night against Fast Pitch U. She takes on the top of the order for the Pioneers, starting off with Cameo Pursuti. Good movement right there on the first pitch. Strike 1. Pursuti 0 for 3. Reached on an error, came around to score in the 5th. Good movement yet again, 0-2. Ooh, boy, that just missed. Tough take from Pursuti. It's 1-2-3 in this inning. Pursuti, Skylar Ball, and Paris Woods for the Pioneers. 1-2 to Pursuti. And they'll say the foul ball hit her out of the box. That is an out.
There is no line. How do you know?
So 1 down. Thankfully, we have not gotten the actual out-of-the-box call made yet, but when that happens, don't worry, folks. I'll give you my opinion about the rule. As that one comes in and doinks Skylar Ball right on the knee. She'll head for first. Probably doesn't feel good this late after a really long day of softball, but she's on and checking on things with assistant coach Carly Milburn down the first base line. Five, 5-4. Pioneers with the lead. We're in the top of the 7th. Paris Woods steps in. She's had a brilliant evening. Bit of dancing from Ball as Woods takes a first pitch ball. Paris Woods, RBI single in the 5th, single in the 4th, came around to score then, and walked in the 1st. Bit low to Paris Woods. Head coach for the Squeeze, Mario Hernandez, just stopped by to give us a couple stats from the 7-3 victory for the Squeeze over the Slice over on the other field. We'll get to those in just a moment. Pitch to Woods, a bit low, and if it doesn't hit Paris Woods, ball probably gets off to second. The ball came up off the ground and hit Woods and made it easy for Hawthorne to corral it. And that went a bit too far outside, and Ball continues her perfect night. She's aboard via the walk. 2 free passes given up here in the 7th. So the Squeeze beat up on the Slice. Winning pitcher for the Squeeze, Jenna Green out of Presbyterian, someone that we've had an eye on since we arrived, and she really lived up to the player to watch billing. 11 strikeouts in the victory tonight. We will see the Squeeze tomorrow. Squeeze will take on the Impact right after the Slice Lynx game. We'll read the schedule in full for tomorrow, Saturday, once this game is completed. For now, 1 down, top of the 7th, 5-4 Pioneers, 2 on. Kennedy Kroll hitting in the 4 spot. Showed some bunt there. Kenny Kroll, junior last year out of Huntington. Claypool, Indiana native. Tough night for her, though. 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Lays down a bunt perfectly down the third base line. The throw to first is in plenty of time, but the runners advance on the sac bunt. Perfectly executed. I'm not sure I've ever seen one skirt the line quite like that. And now 2 in scoring position with 2 down here in the 7th. And Grace Prom, who last time up smacked a single through the right side. She's 1 for 2 this evening. First pitch misses outside. Due up for the Impact because, well, obviously you have to score at least 1 run anyway. It's the bottom of the order, 8, 9, 10. On 5-4. Pioneers looking to start the season 2-0. Floats in, 1-1. Off speed and for a strike, 1-2. Skylar ball over at third. Second base occupied by Paris Woods. Grace Prom at the plate. Singled and scored in the 6th, excuse me. Oh boy, just missed, 2-2. Just missed again, full count. A little bit outside there from Robinson. Fans making their way over from the Squeeze Slice game. Payoff to Prom. Misses, that's a walk, bases loaded. And here comes Taylor Gilmore. Gilmore 1 for 2. Fielder's choice in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and was caught stealing on whatever was going on then. Singled and scored in the 6th. Up with the bases loaded. Hitting the right spot. It will be very difficult for the Impact to come back in the bottom half of this inning. See what Logan Robinson does. First pitch out to right, and that's right to the right fielder, Lindsay, who makes the catch for out number 3. Hard hit ball by Gilmore, and it was looping away from the right fielder, but well done by the Impact to collect out number 3 and strand. The base is loaded. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Impact need 1 to keep the game alive, and a couple could win it. We'll see what happens as we conclude day 2 from the FGCL Summer Softball League. welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 5-4 Pioneers. Apparently, the lights to our beautiful park here at the Lakewood Ranch Sports Complex turn off at 11 Eastern Time. It is currently 10:48. I don't know about you, but if you're a Pioneers fan, you're probably looking to try and conclude it now, as the other field's lights have just gone off. Impact hoping to try and even this game up or maybe walk it off on their own. It's 8-9-10. Maya Am, Hannah Perez, and Mackenzie Ryan facing off against the second pitcher of the day for the Pioneers, Sophie Hannibus. Am today 0 for 2. And for a strike, 0-1. And as we've referenced, sophomore from Florida Atlantic out of Orlando, Florida. Grounded out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. Hannibus in the circle. She came on in the 5th. She's given up 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 1-1 way upstairs in her eyes. 2-1. Hard swing, but foul. 2-2. Feel like we're in a situation where there is a real countdown clock. 2 minutes to go. Looks like there's a timer waiting above the field right now. The Hannibus are trying to work quick. Maya Am, you're probably trying to work quick too. If you're going to score that run and tie this game up, you need to do it in the next 10 minutes. Payoff. Foul back. Another payoff coming up. Chopped foul. Five, 4 Pioneers. Bottom of the 7th. Nobody on, nobody out. And 9 minutes to go until the lights turn off. From what I've been told, we'll see. I've also been told lots of things. Who really knows? Am. That'll drop out in right field. Leadoff single for Maya Am to get it going for the Impact. 4th hit surrendered by Hannibus in relief. And the leadoff runner's on. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th, looking to either tie it up or walk it off. You know, we do have enough fans here. I'm sure we can get the headlights going if need be. We all have phones with flashlights. Who knows what'll happen if this game is tied and has to go to extras. Guess we're coming back in the morning. Well, we already are. We'll figure it out. 9-hole hitter off the first baseman's glove as Perez has a hard shot go off Gilmore. Now some sloppy base running by Am, but she gets back to second quickly. That'll be an E3. That allows Perez to get aboard. And well, all of a sudden, 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th for the Impact with the 10-hole hitter Ryan stepping in. She already has a double tonight. No action in the Pioneers bullpen because there's really not the time for that. And if you're the Pioneers, are you trying to drag things out a little bit with meeting in the circle, knowing the time will stop at 11 and the lights are going to go out, and not knowing what happens? We've just been told they've extended 15 minutes, thank goodness. So 11:15, the lights are going out. We can still get the cars ready if need be. That means we have a little bit extra time. Tense situation. Kinsey Ryan out of North Dakota. Junior in 2020. Stands in. Showed bunt and fouled it off. It is a foul ball. Peterson threw it away. That was about to tie the game. At first, nobody heard the foul ball call. 0-1 to Ryan. Ryan had a sack bunt in the third, a double in the fifth, so a 1-for-1 day for her. Down 0-1. Good pitch by Hannibus, going low. So she goes high here to Ryan. She did with the rise. Missed high. 1-1. Tying run at second, winning run at first. Ryan lays down the bunt. Hannibus will throw to first to get her. 1 down, 2 in scoring position. The sacrifice works to perfection. And to the top of the order with Madeline Bejarano. 2 for 3 today. Her last 2 at-bats have been a double that drove in a run. And a single in the fifth. Winning run at second base. First pitch, high and away from Hannibus. The runner at second is Perez. Doesn't have a ton of speed, so a regular old base hit will probably just tie this game with Am at third. Right in there for strike 1. Glad you're with us. Day 2, night 2. Lightning. All the drama, all the runs. It's been a lot of fun. Now it comes down to a pitcher getting out of a jam and an offense trying to tie it up and or walk it off. The 1-1. Just missed. 2-1. A walk to Bejarano, probably not the worst thing. So misses high, 3-1. You think about it, she's got a lot of pop. We've seen it tonight. A base hit done properly would win the game for the Impact. Behind her, though, you've got Lindsay, who struck out last time. Sweetwater in the 3 spot. She's had a nice game, but I'm more scared of Bejarano if I'm a pitcher right now than Sweetwater. And fouled back, count goes full. Runners on second and third. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 5-4 Pioneers. Just missed, that'll walk. Bejarano, bases loaded. Well, folks, it just doesn't get better than this. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th, 1 out. It's 5-4 Pioneers. Here's Madeline Lindsay. Came in to replace the injured Leanne Matthews. She struck out in the 5th. First pitch for a strike. Not sure Lindsay's small ball acumen. With 1 out, why not try? Well, we'll see if she gets a base hit and ties up the game, and then we'll talk strategy. A 1 from Hannibus. Strike 2. Chase pitch, 1-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Pioneers lead by 1, bottom of the 7th. Slap to third. The throw home will not be in time. It got away. Tying run comes in. The impact to win it on the mistake. A throwing error from Doyle over at third. Gets away from the catcher Peterson to wrap things up, and the impact walks it off 6-5 after Lindsay just puts it in play. An error by Doyle over at third and E5 and folks. That makes it 6 errors by my count on the night for the Pioneers. Certainly the difference maker as the impact walks it off. Our first walk-off, at least in regulation here at the FGCL Summer Softball League. The impact improves to 2-0 on the year. The Pioneers drop to 1-1. We've got all the coverage coming up tomorrow. A lot of fun. We've got 6 games, a triple header, back to back to back. At 10 a.m., River Mocs and Impact, Lynx and Fast Pitch U will be over at River Mocs and Impact over on Field 2 with the press box. At noon Eastern Time, Slice versus Lynx, and the appearance of Oklahoma's Shannon Sale. Should be a lot of fun to see her take on the Lynx, a team that had the day off officially. And then at 2 o'clock, the Impact and the Squeeze will play on Field 1. The Slice and the Pioneers also at 2 o'clock. Other game at noon, by the way. Forgot to mention Pioneers and Fast Pitch U. Lynx and Fast Pitch U. The game at 10 a.m. over on the second field. So, day 2 has been completed. River Mocs are 2-0. And after the walk-off, so is the Impact. 6-5 game to close everything off. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to our crew. Thanks to everybody with GCL as we fought through a little bit of weather tonight. First time, probably won't be the last as we all gather here at Lakewood Ranch. So I'm Gray Robertson. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of fun tonight. One last time, the Impact walks it off 6-5 over the Pioneers. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. And